Okay, cool. Episode 5. 5. Hi, welcome to Friends in a Bed. It's me, Scott, and
Dalton.
yay! So we're here with episode 5 of Paranoia Agent. Let's see, the episode is called The Holy Warrior. This episode, let me just say, okay, when I was a kid, and this show used to be on Adult Swim, I would always catch this episode. This episode, I swear to God, was run like every night or something, because this is the only one I saw. And it's a weird episode, and it intrigued me enough to make me actually want to research it and find the whole series. But yeah, this episode's weirder than everything else so far. So
Yeah, it's probably my least favorite of the series. Which is not to say it's horrible.
it's not a bad episode, or it's not badly done, or anything like that. It just kind of, I don't know.
There's not a whole lot of plot advancement, you feel.
Nah, just kind of like So the whole episode is the two detectives and Little Slugger, and they're interrogating him, trying to figure out why he's doing these things and what his motives are. Well, I guess the same thing as why is he doing it, but who he is. So
And
it's
you think like, all right, we're gonna find out some good information because these attacks have been really strange. How does he always know to come to these people who are having these horrible mental breakdowns? Like, what are we gonna find out? And the answer is you don't find out a lot.
Don't find out much.
Because this kid is obsessed with games,
Specifically JRPGs.
Yeah, like JRPG style games.
Yeah, JRPG, just RPGs, Dungeons and Dragons stuff. He has this book with a bunch of stats about characters and monsters and stuff that he goes by, and he believes that he's a holy warrior on a holy crusade to defeat.
I think it's Goma.
Goma, yeah, no, that is Goma. To defeat the evil Dark Lord Goma, which is possessing all these people, with all the people that have been attacked by Little Slugger so far. And he defeats them and turns them back into normal people because apparently they become monsters or something. Yeah, it's weird. It's very weird because most of the episode takes place in a fantastical fairyland.
Yeah, it's a very sort of more like I want to say like anime-ish, like silly anime.
Yeah, silly fantasy anime.
Yeah, silly fantasy anime.
So like with knights and monsters and
it's,
talking frogs and
it's kind of like that's the world he's seeing, and then the two detectives are just there.
They're there. He's telling them this story, and they're going along with it
as detectives.
As detectives, especially freaking the young detective, he gets into it, like to where he feels like he's a part. Like he plays along, and he pretends he's a certain character, like a scribe or something like that. While the old detective's like, "This is stupid."
He's not having any of it.
He's not, and so they're actually like. So Little Slugger is like dressed up in knight's clothing. His roller skates are roller skates. They're hover boots, magical hover boots. His golden baseball bat is golden sword, magic sword, and such. That's how he sees it. That's why he uses those things. Not a lot. A lot of stuff happens in this episode, but for the whole series, nothing really does happen.
Yeah.
He's just going around explaining, like, showing, like, past events. It's almost what did I say?
Recap?
It's almost a recap episode. because like we're going back to like previous, like to the victims, and
Yeah.
we're seeing it through his eyes. What he sees, what's going on. Like the victims are glowing red, then they become some sort of monster that he has to defeat.
The way the detectives perceive it as like, oh, so you defeated this monster. That must be the way you saw it when you hit such so and so.
When you saw, yeah,
yeah,
Ichi or Ushimata.
Ichi, or when you hit Harumi.
Yeah, it's pretty vague. I mean, like the episode's cool. It's again not a bad episode. It's the episode that got me into Paranoia Agent, so it's got that going for it. But again, it has nothing to do with the story really. It does introduce one element, which is this old lady that was in the first episode, but you don't really think of her as important in any way. He informs the detectives of where she is and that she actually witnessed. I think, yeah, she actually, that she actually witnessed the first assault happen.
Right.
So they have a witness. So that's really what this episode's all about. I guess is just the build up to get to her.
Yeah, and to establish the character of this
little
slugger kid.
His mindset.
Obsessed with games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What else is there about this episode? It's funny.
It's amusing.
It's very funny. Mainly like the old detective is just hilarious through this episode because everybody else is taking this fantasy JRPG thing seriously, except for him. They're all dressed up in just these crazy outfits, and he's just in his normal suit.
Yeah.
Just in this ridiculous place. It's good. It's pretty fun. Definitely don't skip the episode.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
it's still important, just not as important as other things.
It feels kind of weird switching from the last episode to this one.
Yeah, the last episode was very, very big.
Yeah.
The last 5 episodes have been really, 4 episodes have been pretty important, and establishing what this show is. Well, this one just kind of takes it in a weird direction. But hey, it's not bad. There's another episode that takes it in a weird direction.
Yeah.
We'll get to that when we get to it. That has nothing to do with...
That is actually my favorite episode
of the
series.
There's a later episode that has nothing to do with the story, but yeah, it's a good episode. It's really, the story within that episode is just really fun.
Yep.
Well, this one's just okay, whatever, and we kind of we feel like we understand, or we see what Little Slugger sees. This is actually a short episode because
it's make up the fact for the next episode.
Yeah, because the next episode is a lot of stuff happens, a lot of important stuff happens. So, I guess we'll just end it at the 8-minute mark. Cool. So, till next time, cool kids, I'm Scott. And I'll see ya. Cool, that was nice.